Shalom. I'm going to start off giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors, peace, and salutations to the apostles of Great Millstone who I learned this word from, who rule well, who continue to teach the righteous and rightful doctrine, who groom and feed their sheep, who is, seeking to feed the elect and, helping to seal the elect. Honors and salutation, also peace to the elders and the brothers, out there on the highways and byways, week in and week out, and putting up videos day in and day out, edifying the elect. Keep fighting, man. Keep striving, man. Do not give in. We at the end of this thing, and man, I'm just ready to get the hell up out of here, man. This shit here, man. Shit. Oh yeah, where's Jeremiah? Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23. Oh Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. So that just show you, man, ain't no damn free will, man. You thinking you got it under control, you ain't got shit under control. Well, the thing I want to get to is, hey, man, we go off sometimes, man. But don't let that shit take you down, man. The Most High direct your steps. Verse 24. O Lord Yahweh, correct me, but with judgment. Although it's not in us, this betters us. This is, when you going off and then you feeling bad as hell about it, and then you repent, and then you want to come back, you come back to the Father, you beg for mercy and compassion and forgiveness, and you ask for correction, you ask for judgment, you ask that the Most High correct you, but not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. Don't utterly destroy me, Lord. Correct me, judge me, and bring me back to you, Father. Verse 25. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. For they have eaten up Jacob, and devoured him, and consumed him, and made his habitation desolate. So basically what Jeremiah asking the Lord is, hey, correct me, but don't correct me in your anger, just correct me in righteous judgment, which our Father is, the most righteous. He can never do any wrong. But can you correct me in righteousness and heal me and show me what I'm doing wrong? Don't utterly destroy me, destroy the heathen. Destroy those of Jacob, of Israel, who do not call on your name, who do not respect you, who do not do as you say, who you didn't give that true zeal to. And in the Apocrypha, I can't find it right now. If it's the Lord's will, I'll find it and drop the verse in here. But it's most definitely in my last video. I know I used this precept. But it said, basically like a righteous man knowing when he slipped. So if you slipping, you know that you need to get your ass right, man. Do what you got to do. From now, I'm gonna run to Jeremiah chapter 20 this time. Verse 12. But, O Lord, Yahweh of hosts, that triest the righteous, and seest the reins in the heart. See, the Lord go try you, man. So that's what this links up perfect with what we just read, chapter 10. In chapter 10, basically letting you know, your man's goings are not of his own, man. Out there can the man correct his own way. Hey, man, the Most High go lead you. That's why you got to pray that the Most High order your steps aright. In Psalms 119, that the Most High, lead you into righteousness, that he leads you into correction, that he keeps you righteous, that he keeps you holy, and that he have you ordained to be a righteous member, either of the elect of the 144,000, man. Because the Most High tries the righteous and he sees the reins. He knows the hearts. Let me see thy vengeance on them, for unto thee have I opened my cause. Hey, Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Until you have we opened our cause. Until you have we been studying for. Until you have we been, seeking to walk in righteousness. And to you is who we pray and worship and who we fast to and seek atonement to, Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So we begging the Most High to not judge us in His anger, to not utterly destroy us, but to have mercy and compassion upon us. And I'm gonna get into things why you should and you shouldn't feel bad when you go off. Of course, when you go off, you need to pray, you need to fast, you need to beg the Most High for mercy and forgiveness. And also, don't beat yourself down because you went off because man's going not of his own. Just make sure you stay in the truth. Make sure you have enough respect for the Lord. If you go off, that you still praying, that you begging for His mercy and compassion. Okay, I ain't gonna get into that. I'm gonna go to Galatians chapter 2. This is the Apostle Paul talking to Peter. Okay, I want to read. We'll start at verse 11. But when Peter was come to Antioch, I withstood him face to the face because he was to be blamed. For before that certain came from James, he did eat with the Gentiles. Peter was chilling with the Gentiles. But when they were come, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing them which were of the circumcision. So when Apostle Paul and the boys rolled up and came into town, Peter rose up from with the Gentiles. He wasn't kicking it with them anymore. Let me see, am I recording? Okay. He wasn't kicking it with them anymore. So, word got back to Paul, and Paul was an austere man. Paul he ain't even play the radio like that. He gonna pull up on you and let you know what's happening. So he said he had to see Peter face to face, you know what I'm saying? Because Peter wasn't to be blamed. Peter had to be, rebuked. He had to straighten Peter out. And Paul was a bad boy, man. And also them Jews was ruthless too. So Peter wasn't crazy. Verse 13, and the other Jews dissembled likewise with him. So it wasn't just Peter, it was also other Jews, but they probably got lonely. These dudes over here like in the truth, but they didn't have the full understanding. That's why the Lord rose up Paul to teach. And so much that Barnabas was also carried away with their dissimulation. Let's go and get into the word real quick. Dissimulation. Probably just breaking up. Hypocrisy. Okay, so let's go back up. And the other Jews dissembled likewise with him, and so much that Barnabas also was carried away with the hypocrisy. So that means Barnabas was also doing the same thing they were doing. But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto Peter before them all, and he calling Peter out, man. Peter was Yahweh Shai's favorite. He's calling Peter out. I said unto Peter, before them all, if thou being a Jew, livest after the manner of Gentiles. So if thou being a Jew, living after the manner of Gentiles, you kicking it with the ones that basically came back into the fold, or that's not keeping the high holy days, or basically that didn't know that they were Israelites, they had to be woken up. I said unto Peter before them all, if thou being a Jew, livest after the manner of Gentiles, and not as do the Jews, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as do the Jews? So he said, hey man, if you go be around here kicking it with them, and doing the things that they doing, how can you then say that they should put off? Basically, how could you be a hypocrite and say that they should put off they Gentile ways, and then follow the customs, and then keep the high holy days and do basically everything as Paul is doing? But how should they follow the Lord? And I'm saying you're not even following the Lord correctly at the moment. We who are Jews by nature and not sinners of the Gentiles, which means we who know the law, we who are rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of our ability. How could, I'm saying, we're not sinners of the Gentiles? Because that's who we're convincing. We're out here to convince the Gentiles, to persuade them in the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law. So he telling people like, you know that a man is not justified by the works of the law. So don't be trying to teach them basically to do the law. You know, that they can be saved by the law rather, because the law must be done. Otherwise, what would you be judged by? Because the law is not done away with, and we'll get into that too in a second. But by the faith of Yahweh Shai, okay, let me start at 16 again. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Even we have believed in Yahweh Shai, that we might be justified by the faith of Yahweh Shai. Come. And not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law should no flesh be justified. Because there's no way that we in the flesh can keep all these laws, statutes, and commandments. The flesh is just too weak. You know, all the different things and all the tricks and traps that Esau got set up out here, man, it's just too difficult to keep the law. You will fall. But if, while we seek to be justified by Yahweh Shai, we ourselves also are found sinners, is therefore Yahweh Shai the minister of sin? God forbid. For if I build again the things which I destroyed, I make myself a transgressor. You make yourself also a fool, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be a reprobate. Like, you're not growing from that. You know, you're doing the things that we supposed to break off from. Are we going backwards, you know? It just makes no sense. If we threw away the old man to constantly do those things back, to do those things again, we make ourselves transgressor, not just transgressor, but a reprobate. And those are some heavy demons that you don't want on you, man. For I, through the law, am dead to the law, that I might live unto the Most High. I am crucified with Yahweh Shai, nevertheless I live. Because what it is, you crucifying the flesh, crucifying the old man, you know, turning away from that. In the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of the Most High, who loved me and gave himself for me. So let's go back up right here to in the life which I now live. He said, in the life which I now live in the flesh. So that shows you, ain't like he died and was reborn, or he entered back into the womb and was born again. No, he put off that old man. He's living a new life in the same flesh, but he's living by the faith of Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. He's believing on him. He believed Yahweh Shai died for a reason, and that Yahweh Shai, with all the sins that he have done, forgave him. But he know that's why when you go into I'm gonna get it. Let me get it so I don't even butcher it. Verse 21. I do not frustrate the grace of the Most High, for if righteousness come by the law, then Yahweh Shai is dead in vain. Let me see. Oh my goodness, what is that? Basically, it was going into, like, if once you get into the law and you know better, and then if you continue to be a reprobate, like basically like you're cursing the Lord afresh, like Yahweh Shai, it's basically he dying for you over and over and over again, man. So that's why we got to try our best to uphold these high holy days, these law, statutes, and commandments, man. I believe it's Romans 12, or is it Romans 2? Okay, I can read a little bit of this too. Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's all I want to get from that. You know, and if any brothers come across this video, man, if you got any scriptures to drop that will also be edifying and can add to the lesson, because I'm also seeking to be edified, you know, and I know that you learn best when you teach. So, Lord willing, what I'm saying, a brother can jump on the comment board, drop a verse or two that maybe I didn't hit. If I went into a verse and didn't do a proper breakdown or didn't go into depth on it, can, clear it up for me and help me out. Baba Kashan. Okay, let me go here then. I just ran across something in my Bible while I was actually looking for the hypocrite in Romans, but I'm gonna read a few verses out of here. Romans chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah for Israel is that they might be saved. And not for the whole Israel, because we already know all of Israel is not of Israel, and all of Israel can't be saved. The Most High is only looking for a remnant. For our brethren record that they have a zeal of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, but not according to knowledge. Okay, now that's right there speaking on the whole nation of Israel, because they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. So, maybe in the first verse he was talking about the whole nation of Israel. Verse 3, for they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. That shows you it's only one truth, man. This a one-way road. It's only one way you can go. That's why the scriptures say, enter ye in at the straight gate. For broad is the way of destruction and narrow is the way of righteousness. That let you know it's only one way to go. And so you have to submit to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah unto his righteousness, not being ignorant and establishing your own. Verse 4, for Yahweh Shah, the anointed one, is the end of the law, for righteousness to everyone that believeth. And everybody know that faith is dead without work. So you can't just say, oh yeah, I believe the name is Yahweh, the son name is Yahweh Shah, he gonna save 144,000, I'm good. No, I'm saying no. You don't truly believe, because once your mind is made up, your body will follow. For Moses, verse 5, for Moses describeth the righteousness which is of the law, that the man which doeth these things shall live by them. But the righteousness which is of faith speaketh on this wise, say not in thine heart, who shall ascend into heaven, that is to bring Yahweh Shah down from above, or who shall descend into the deep, that is to bring up Yahweh Shah again from the dead. But what said that? The word is nigh thee, even in thy mouth and in thy heart, that is the word of faith which we preach. So only thing that I have learned from Great Mill, the main thing that I have learned from Great Millstone is that this is a faith-based camp. We moving off of faith, but all of that faith bring forth action. That's why the head apostles, the elder apostles out there every week. That's why you got all these camps out. These brothers going out here every week, man. That show you the level of faith, man. The level of faith, man. The Most High man, we living in real times right here. The Most High is shaking shit up, man. One thing about it, if it's made for you to be out there, you work on Saturdays, hey, man. If you lose your job, man, take your ass out there on Saturday, man. Don't be all down and out like, damn, okay, I'm going to pay the rent. Hey, the Most High shaking shit up. He doing everything for a reason. We just read in Jeremiah that your goings and your ways are not your own, man. Let me see. Okay, so I ain't even gonna touch that one. The one I was gonna touch. I really didn't have too much to go off of, man. But I just knew I had to do a video, man. I looked at the coffee making. It said 144. I've been seeing that number a lot, and then I've been procrastinating a lot. That goddamn demon been on me, man. So sometimes I can tell you brothers this right here for exhortation, man. You feel like you ain't got a video, man, just read. Whatever you read, that's a lesson right there. Because you'll read and you'll know a precept of that. If the spirit is working with you. It don't matter if it's a 5-minute video, man. Drop it, man. It could be edifying, man. It could be edifying, man. So, check that out. Just read, study, fast, work out, pray, go back over your notes, man. See what you got.